Yo, what's going on there, YouTube? It's your boy, Marcus Levy, the Angry Ranter, here for vlog 116 in the Angry Ranter vlog series. First off, we are now post-overnight 6 of 8, and we are now into the 33-hour window I now have between 7 a.m. After my overnight and the 4 p.m. when I need to go into work tomorrow. Which, of course, when I get home, I have to post up yesterday's 115, which is a two-parter. Walk and Talk number 5, and of course, this one, which may also just be called Walk and Talk number 6. Not even sure. We'll see. But now comes an interesting stratagem post-overnight, right? So, my next shift is not an overnight, it's an evening. So unfortunately that requires me to live by day in order to adjust. So today becomes crucial that I go to bed at some point between midnight and 2 a.m. Which, when you've just done 5 overnights in a row, may mean I won't sleep very well. Which means I may have to force myself to stay up all day, which is fine. I mean, it is like 5 to 9 in the morning. So, I mean, I'm relatively okay if I have to do that, and I'm probably going to. I've got some gaming-based stuff that I want to get done. Like, I want to finish some NHL stuff I've got going on my OG Xbox and NHL 04. Finish the season with a custom team. Set it up so that I drafted no player above a 69 overall. And we won the Stanley Cup, which I thought was super cool. And then, of course, I made 4 creative players, myself, Shannon, Dowda, and Andrew. And aside from editing our propensity to fight, as well as our potential attributes, I didn't touch the attributes, so they were 50 overall players. And I still think we had a fantastic season, but I want to finish off some of that stuff and then get back and record, because I've got 15 episodes of Pokemon Crystal Clear recorded. I'm still following the LP format, which is 1 episode uploaded per day, because it's episodic content, right? I don't just want to be like, here guys, here's 20 episodes I recorded. like there's no... First of all, that's super okay to do, to like upload that if you're not going to upload it in episodic. For example, if you're uploading a long play format, right? You know, but when your channel only has, so like for example, this main channel has 20 subscribers and that channel has 7 subscribers right now. So I suggest you go check it out and help it grow. You know, uploading, a 3-4 hour play session is not going to intrigue enough people. Whereas if you break it up into episodic content, then it's far better. But also just wham-bamming and uploading so many all at once would be an unnecessary tedium I'm not willing to take on, especially since, despite the fact that it's pretty simplistic, I'm making individual thumbnails for all the episodes based on the themes, which is, going a step further for me than I normally would. And half the reason I'm doing that is because there's a lot of episodes upcoming where I save at the same spot at the very end of the episode. And you'll see what I mean. Eventually. But today I'll be uploading episode 5, and then tomorrow before I go to work for shift 7 of 8, I will be uploading episode 6, and then episode 7 will go up before the final shift, 8 of 8, so on and so forth. But what I want to do, because I've got 15 episodes recorded already, is pop home and record 10 more. Then jump to RCT1 and test out recording that game in the full screen mode and tinkering with the volume of it. And maybe, because I want 15 episodes of that recorded. And then I'm thinking for a third game, either, I'm thinking something in the BioWare realm, just because I managed to, because I want to see what my tablet computer can play, right? So, my tab PC could not play Fallout 3. When I put it on there, it would load the menu, and then the game crashes when you try to load the actual game. So it's not an option. And I mean, it will become an option to play stuff like that eventually. I've got a gaming PC. I just am not in a financial situation to invest in a few of the things that I know that I'm gonna need. I mean, I could even check out and try the same tactic that I just tried with my tab computer that worked for fixing the volume levels, which was plugging in my Apple EarPods. Now, I understand that works very well on like a tablet, but will it work if I plug it directly into my desktop? Especially since my desktop from day one had some issues with the headset I tried to plug into it. You know, somehow it registered the headset as the speakers, and then it started fucking around, and the worst part was I could hear my own echo in my ears, and then other people I was playing with could hear my echo, and I was like, but a few little steps at a time. I want to start by seeing the interest from the YouTube audience in the gaming channel, just by posting some basic stuff. Some stuff like 3 games that my tablet can run. But of course, I don't want to just run, like, the Pokemon ROM hack is quite an exclusive piece. Because, yeah, I bet a few people have done Pokemon Crystal Clear Let's Plays. But the thing is, it's not well known. And I don't mind spreading the knowledge of this. As well as, of course, if you guys look in the link of every video, I link to Visual Boy Advance and the ROM hack itself, which there's even a newer version that adds a few harder starters you can choose from, like Ditto and Magikarp and Smeargle that you can choose from. And it apparently fixes a few text box issues and other little things throughout the game. I didn't notice that when I downloaded, so I've downloaded the OG version, the 1.1, which is what I link out to. But I link out in the bottom in order to promote this very well put together piece of Pokemonage, as I'll call it. Pokemanning, you know? It's well constructed. So I gotta give props to System Shock, I believe his name is. So he did a really good job on it. But that, I know my computer can run RCT1, so I'm hoping that it can run that. See, here's the thing. If it can't record it in full screen, despite the fact that my tab screen size would be quite small, I would have no issues running it in windowed mode. You know, trying to run something in windowed mode on a 10-inch screen is going to be so interesting. But, again, I would have no issues running that in that smaller mode so that everybody could get an opportunity to watch a different game unfold. And then the third game, I'm thinking of something along the lines of, because I managed to get Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and of course, means I could probably get something like Jade Empire, both BioWare games from the early 2000s. I could get those up and running. And I think those would be quite awesome to get on the channel as well. And we just start with some basic stuff that my tablet can play, and then slowly we tinker and we work with stuff we figure out an uploading system where I will upload, daily. But eventually I'll figure out an upload schedule once I have multiple games on the go, so that 3 times a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you'll get Pokemon Crystal Clear, and then you'll get RCT you'll get Roller Coaster Tycoon Let's Play episodes, like Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Saturday, Sunday, you'll get the 3rd game. There we go. That totally works. I just kind of off the cuffed it, and that kind of works for me. That gives me days where I can play the games that are currently not being uploaded, so that I can add more content to the heap and pool of content that'll exist in there. And of course, it's a video game. You're gonna get true Angry Ranter attitude. You know what I mean? Very similar to my attitude on the show. I also want to preface that. Okay, so the Angry Ranter vlogs is a side piece to the Angry Ranter Show. If you do watch these vlogs primarily, I suggest popping on to Spotify or iTunes or Soundcloud and subscribing to the Angry Ranter Show, because this was created as a get-to-know-you better daily side piece, and so it's now taken off to becoming the main event. And I mean, I have no issue with that, but it does mean I want to stress that the Angry Ranter Show is what brought this thing to happen, which eventually eked into the gaming. Which one day, probably early 2020, will eke into streaming on Twitch. Or Mixer, one of the two. I will figure out which platform works better, get myself set up. I just want to be in a better place financially in order to set myself up with all of the stuff that I'm gonna want and need for that, right? Like, if I'm gonna do that streaming stuff, it's not gonna be tab PC games I'm playing, for one. For two, I'm gonna have the tab PC open so I can stay up to date on the chat that's going on in game. But I'm gonna want to have a webcam or something attached to my desktop computer. Unfortunately, my PC does not have, because I tried, doesn't have more than one HDMI input. So unfortunately, I cannot have multiple displays. That's okay. Because, again, there's a way to do it remotely, in a small sense, where I can have my tab PC, just, like, for example, if I'm streaming on Twitch, for example, I can just download the Twitch desktop application onto my tab PC, crank it open, and then in order to make sure I'm not using up too much bandwidth, I can just pause my video while the chat continues and respond to the chat while I'm playing. But I think that sort of gaming development is a 2020s thing, is like a 2020 thing. I do not have the financial resources to do that now. And also, again, I want to test the waters and over the next 5 months grow the Angry Ranter in order to be able to create the Angry Ranter on whatever platform it is I choose to stream them on. Because right now, I have an old Twitch name that I used, which was the Silent Gamer 1996. Silent because both I didn't know what to say sometimes when you're playing a game, especially one like Dark Souls, which you guys would probably love to watch me play. because I'm so bad at it and I get so angry. It's not even funny. Not like throw your controller angry, but I did on stream once say like fuck this shit and then like got off of it. So I guess that'd probably be a game people would want to watch. And I would be down for that. I would be down for playing some Dark Souls OG. If that's the kind of thing y'all want. But I also want to grow the Angry Ranter and my basic sort of Angry Ranter gaming, so that what I can do is then stretch out to that Twitch / potentially Mixer platform, and have, in a way, kind of like a traveling audience, you know what I mean? Kind of like if I were Aristotle and I'm traveling around the academy and my students are around me asking me questions and wanting to know more about the meaning of life and the universe and all things. I don't want to move on to something where I don't have an audience of people that want to come. And because I don't want to start out with like I don't want to jump onto one of those platforms and have like nobody and have to build my audience when I'm already putting in that work and time here on YouTube. I want to build the audience here on YouTube first by having the Angry Ranter vlogs, having Angry Ranter plays, and of course having the Angry Ranter Show on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify. And from there, we will move up. And of course on Twitter, I've got a minor audience going there. Levy_Marcus, of course, if you want to follow me. Please do. And on Instagram as well. So I mean, at the Angry Ranter 2019. And also, if you're into photography and landscapes, I have a third Instagram page called Marcus's iPhone 6S, where I take pictures using this phone. It's a lot of sort of landscapes, but it's a lot of beautiful views. I don't know. It was kind of a minor photography bit that I wanted to do, and I still post on there all the time. I got about 30-40 posts on there. Started that page shortly before I started the vlogging. So realistically, it's my second Instagram, and then the Angry Ranter's my third Instagram. So, but guys, thanks for watching this long vlog. Do check out all the social media down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that bell so that you never miss one of these daily uploads. Despite the fact that you got nothing yesterday from me, but you're getting 2 today from me. So I'll see you in 117 tomorrow.